Good morning, writers of kindergarten. This is Mrs. Orozco, and I'm happy to be here with you for another writer's workshop. So, friends, I want to talk to you and I want to think. Let's think together, okay? Do you remember a long time ago, back to like the first week of kindergarten? Yeah, that seems like a long time ago. Friends, that first week of kindergarten, we taught you about two different kinds of books. Do you remember that? We taught you about Learn About the World books, just like my book here, the Beetle Alphabet book. And then we also taught you about storybooks, where there's a story with characters and they do and say things, and we find out what happens at the end. But wait, I know you think I'm confused again. No. Miss Orozco's not confused. I know that it's writing workshop. I just wanted to make sure that you knew the difference between these two types of books. Because friends, we have been writing Learn About the World books. That's right, you have been writing a book. Remember your show and tell book about your special object? Well, friends, you wrote, just like this author wrote, this Learn About the World book. You wrote a book. You were the author of a Learn About the World book. And you taught us about your special object. And so since we've already got that down and we've had so much practice writing your Learn About the World books, we're going to put this one down. And today I'm going to teach you how to write like this type of book, the storybook. And what you're going to do is you're going to write a true storybook. That means that you're going to write a storybook about something that really happened to you in your life. That's exciting. I'm going to read this storybook to you now, and I want you to listen carefully to the way that I read this story, and I want you to think about how different it is to the way that I read this story. Remember this Learn About the World book, and I read it to you? That's right. So we're going to be book detectives, and you are going to tell me how different this book is to the Beetle Alphabet book, okay? Come on. It's called The Missing Muffins by Brown Morgan. She's an author, just like you're going to be. Miss Reese made a dozen of her famous banana nut muffins. Look at the picture, friends. Do you see that? It's like you can almost smell those delicious muffins. She put them on the windowsill to cool and went to close the oven door. So we see in the picture that she placed them out in the oven so that they can get cooler faster because the air outside is colder. When she came back, half of the muffins had disappeared. She gasped, "I'm going to get to the bottom of this." Mrs. Reese went to find Greg and Grant. Look at her face. What is she doing, friends? The book says that she gasped. Can everybody gasp with me? Ready? That's the sound that you do or you make when you're surprised or even just a little bit scared. Right? Greg, did you eat half of my muffins? Demanded Mrs. Reese. Not half. I could never eat 6 muffins, said Greg. Oh, look at Greg. Oh, no. Does that face look like a guilty face or an innocent face? So what did you see the author do here that was different from the Learn About the World book? That's right. Yep, I see that. You're absolutely right. In this book, we had characters. That means that there was people that we knew their names and they were in the illustrations. In this book, we did not have people. We did not have characters. That's right. What else? Oh, you're right. Thank you for pointing that out. The characters in this book were talking and doing things. So she was talking. She was baking. Do you see that? So my character in this book was baking. But in this Learn About the World book, we don't have characters doing fun things like baking. We just have a lot of pages about beetles and information about them. Yeah, and you're right. In this book, the characters, well, we had no characters. They were not doing anything. The beetles were not doing anything. They just were there. But in this book, we had our character cross her arms, and she gasped. She was doing things like, and then what did she do, friends? She was doing things like, that's right, she was talking to another character. Yeah, and if we continue the book, she keeps talking to them, and she even shares at the end. This is a sweet book. Yes, the characters in this storybook, they do things and they say things to other characters. Friends, the book even gives us details that makes it seem like we are really there. So for example, when I read this first page, do you see, oh, that's like the smell that's coming off of the banana nuts. When you read a storybook, the author writes the words so that it can make you feel like you're right there. So you can feel like you can smell them. Oh, they're so delicious because it's like you're right there next to her. And storybooks have the power to do that. They have the power to take the reader, which is you, and make them feel like they're right there with these characters doing the things that these characters are doing. So when we get to hear and see the character do things like cross her arms or gasp, and we hear the character say things to other characters, those details from this author helps us feel like we're there. And I bet that you and I can do that in our writing too. So today I want to teach you that one way that writers get ready to write their true stories is that they talk about their story. They think and talk and share about their story. And they make sure to share all the details from the story, including what people did and what people said to each other. So Kinder friends, what story do we have that happened to us that's a true story that maybe we could write about? I know something important happened last week. That's right. Thank you for helping me, friend. We took our map test. Do you remember that map test where you logged onto your iPad and you took a test to tell us just how bright and smart you are? Yeah. So listen as Miss Orozco tells her story, okay? Remember that when Miss Orozco tells her story, it will not sound like a Learn About the World book. It will sound more like this one, where the characters say things and do things, okay? All right, let's listen carefully. So one time when I was in school, we had to take a test. That's right, our teacher, Mrs. Cardoso, told us that our test was called the map test. And so we all grabbed our iPad, we opened our iPad, and then she showed us on the board, she said, friends, this is how you get to the test. And she showed us how to get to the test. And then my mom or dad or grandma or grandpa or somebody that loves me sat down with me and my iPad, and they helped me get on the iPad. And then the test started. And so everyone was really quiet so I could concentrate and take that really important test. I took that test, I did my best, I knew those answers, and if I didn't, it's okay because I tried the best that I could. And once I was finished with the test, I got a little doggy on the screen, and that dog said, "Good job," because I knew I finished the test. And then my mom, she helped me grab my iPad and put it back so that I could keep doing my schoolwork. Friends, did you hear how I told my story? I told my story from the beginning to the end. And did you hear all the little details I added? I told you who was with me. I told you where I was. I told you what I was holding in my hand. I told you how somebody helped me, what they said to me. And I even told you how I felt. Mrs. Orozco did not just say, I had a test. It was good. No, I did not do that. No, because something I said that made it a true story was that I told you what people did and what people said to me. And I told you those little details, like when I told you that my mom or dad or grandma, they took the iPad and they helped me get in. Yeah. Or that Miss Cardoso told me about the test. Those are important details to my true story. So let's practice talking before we write. Friends, can you tell me what happened last week during that map test? I'll listen. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Good point. Oh, I love that detail you added. That was wonderful. That was so good. You had so many details and you started from the beginning to the end. You didn't just say, Miss Orozco told me to talk about my test. No, or I took a test. No, that's not enough details. We need more information so that when I read your story, I can feel like I was right there with you. I like how you included what you said, how you felt, and even the things that other people did. So, what we're going to do right now, friends, is I want you to close your eyes. Go ahead, close your eyes, and I'll close my eyes too. And so, we're going to think. We're going to think about something, a true story that happened to us. Okay? So it could be something that happened to us earlier this morning, or maybe something that happened to us last week, or last month, or even last year. Or it could be any special event that you remember, and that when you close your eyes, you feel like you're back there again because you remember so many beautiful details. You remember what people said, what people did, how you felt. Okay, keep thinking, keep thinking. And friends, when you're done thinking and you have what you're going to write about, you can go ahead and open your eyes. And that's what I want you to write about today. So grab a piece of paper, any piece of paper, grab your journal or your writing folder, and make sure that you are writing a true story that happened to you. I want to hear all the details. I want to hear everything that happened, everything that was said, everybody that was there, and most importantly, I want to hear how you felt. I can't wait to read your true stories. Happy writing, friends.